is there anybody from that group that's fresh, but that's also kind of showing out and really leaving an impression?
Well, yeah, Devontae Robinson and Jordan Griffin and Yusuf Coker have all kind of stood out. Ty Asian has showed up and made some big plays at times as well in that safety group. So I think those guys are the core of it because most of those guys played last year. On the outside, Cedric Dort is showing flashes of improvement and being more consistent and he's being a leader, and trying to get the group together, which is helping him be a better player. And then, the new guys like Jamari Brown, Quandre Mosley, Brandon Echols, those guys have really, made up and down strides at times. Brandon mainly has made a big stride to show his ability. He's got a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, and he stands out quite a bit. And then Stanley Gardner and Tosh Dawson, all those guys have done a good job as well. So we got a pretty good group. And then I like seeing Big Moses back there. He does a good job. He shows flash. He's a big physical player and come up with the ball a couple times. And those guys are just freshmen. Two of those guys I just mentioned just got here in January, or just a freshman, should be in high school still. And the other two I mentioned were in junior college, so this is basically freshmen for them as well. And then at the corner group, nobody ever was even on varsity last year except for Cedric when he was healthy. So, it's a lot of new faces. Everybody's new, but everybody's getting their fair share opportunity. And, some guys are making plays and more than others, and we just got to keep pulling that out of them.
Has there been the guy that's kind of emerged as the main nickel guy?
The main nickel guy, well, we rotate basically Devontae in that spot and Jordan and Ty. Not anybody that's just the main guy, but Devontae, if I had to say like right now who would be that guy in that position would be Devontae. He's had experience there. We put him in that position with Mike Edwards. We put him at safety or vice versa. Even if we had Mike at safety, I would put Devontae in there at that medium or nickel. So he's got the most experience. Him and Jordan Griffin have a lot of experience in that position.
Is that a spot that you obviously you like experience anywhere, but is it any more important there than other places?
Yeah, it's important every place, but it's a lot of little nuances to that position. A lot of subtle things, but very important. So yeah, it is good to have somebody that can do it and understands what you're talking about, and it's easier to do some of the third down pressures or simulated blitzes or just the coverages. And same thing with just having 5 DBs on the field. It gives you a little more versatility to line up and play against three wide receiver look. So yeah, there are a little more details to it, and it definitely helps having experience at every position, but especially at nickel.
Echols, sorry. I was just going to ask, Echols and Quan, those guys on JUCO transfers, but have experience at some sort of college level. What would has that been a big help this spring?
Yeah, it's been a help because they're used to the speeds a little bit. They adjust to the speed a little bit better than the high school guys at first. And they played against some good players, good receivers, and good offenses, good quarterbacks. So they're used to that competitiveness. So it helps them, yes.
Brad mentioned he wants to see the defense just kind of playing fast and striking and being physical tomorrow. Have you been pleased with the physicality of your group this week?
I think we'll always get more physical. I'm a physical person by nature, so I like to see the violence out there on the football field, controlled violence on the football field. So I think we always got room for improvement, getting off of blocks. What we have seen this spring, though, the willingness to get to the ball, you see every jersey flying to that ball. Experience or not, those are things that you can do just being a good football player. And so it's great to see that, and I definitely think the physicality in the scrimmages has been higher than it's been in the past, in secondary in certain positions. I like to see it continue to develop as a whole group. I like for us to be known for, being sound, doing great technicians, and being physical and finding the ball and being playmakers, and eliminating big plays, shutting down the top receivers. So if we can do that and keep building on that, I think we'll be great.
Darius, one of the big things with him the last couple of years, that nose for the ball, and being around it and having a knack for coming up with plays like that. Have you got a guy this spring who's really been around the ball a lot, kind of been a ball hawk?
Well, it's kind of been spread out a little bit. At times, sometimes it's the corners, like Jamari is around the ball a little bit, and Brandon Echols is constantly, him and Cedric get a lot of action, so I see those guys around the ball. And Ty Asian probably stands out as a kind of a ball hawk. Guy tends to be around the ball all the time, and You know, I think Yusuf stood out as well. Nobody like just a definite like, hey, that's what they're, you know, like Mike Edwards and Darius, you know, hey, they're gonna be around the ball. But if I had to pick a name, I think Ty Agent's a guy that tends to be around the ball quite a bit when the ball's in the air, and I think everybody has, you know, equal opportunity.